Hello, my name is Anna Abraham. I'm often asked about the mystical nature of my journey. Was I aware of the path that I was on? And how did I remain true to the journey of my soul? I've been drawn to the path of the mystic since the time I was a young girl. I wasn't really aware of the nature of my journey, nor would it lead. But then the path of the mystic is by its very nature unknowable. How could it be magical if you knew everything that was going to happen? It's a journey that unfolds as you answer the call. It requires the ability to give yourself to the magic and the mystery of the journey without knowing your destination and the willingness to embrace life as an adventure. My intuitive nature and the occasional glimpses of other realms of being was powerful enough for me to dedicate this lifetime to searching for the truth of the meaning of existence. My path was often one of solitude. I took refuge in the books of the great masters of time and space, drawn into the portals of psychology and then philosophy, getting lost in those worlds, and then Eastern spirituality when I went to San Francisco, so many years with that way of being, uh, the beautiful essence of Eastern spirituality, to do no harm, to be compassionate, to be conscious, and to be authentic. And ultimately, that took me down the path of mysticism. The cosmic phenomenon of the journey of the soul, you and I manifesting in human form, fascinated me. I found myself on an irresistible, magical path. And while some thought I was so courageous, I, I perhaps, but I was mesmerized by the journey. I couldn't do anything else. I wanted to know who we are and what we were doing here and how we were related to the all. The real realization that held me in its spell was the realization that we were beings of light temporarily manifesting in human form. Whoa. That was mind altering for me. We're not humans with a soul. We are souls who have merged with the human body. We are beings of light who took on mortal form. Now, why would we do such a thing? Well, to remember that this is a magic, the cosmos is magical. And we're created, besides our individual form, what's inside, we're created with all the same elements as the cosmos. We're not separate, we are that. We just have this little human form that we get to have an individual experience with. whoa, this is fun. I mean, this is just fun stuff. Um, it is also quite mystical and maybe a little frightening. Um, I found the Earth plane of existence. The Earth is such an incredibly beautiful planet. I mean, it is rainbows and and beautiful, the ocean and the rivers and the mountains and the sunsets and the sun and the orchids, all the flowers and the dogs and the cats and the birds. And I mean, what a magical planet it is. And then there's all of us. But I also discovered a profound and sobering truth that this was a planet of temptations. With every step you take, there's a temptation. And unless you recognize it as such, you can go down the wrong path. The realization that without self-mastery, without self-empowerment, we could easily be lured into the golden glitter of the illusions of the physical world and forget who we are and where we came from and what we're doing here. Was a profound realization. It became crystal clear that the challenge of being in this world, uh, the challenge to strive to be as conscious as possible, to remember that this isn't really our home, that we're visiting this plane of existence. The challenge of honoring my truth, holding on to my spiritual integrity, and still be in the world and generate abundance and survive. Made me realize that I needed to get a hold of myself, that I needed to practice self-mastery. And to practice that, one has to practice, look in, as Shakespeare said, to be or not to be, um, to, to practice self-awareness and self-mastery. When I received the 12 visions, the 12 codes of consciousness, one every hour for 12 hours, I realized who I was and what I was doing here. I came face to face with my destiny. I discovered that this was a magical planet and that you and I are magical beings. Every one of us. We've been designed, intentionally created with the 7 gifts of self-empowerment. Some would say designed in the image of the Creator. The first gift is the gift of life. Wow. That's why we merged with the body, to experience what it's like to be in an individual, and we were installed with all our senses and all of our emotions. What a carnival. And that's why self-mastery is an absolute must. Otherwise you certainly could get off the path. So when I realized that we had the ability, the power as an individual, the ability to love and be loved, the ability to dream a dream, and the power to take it out of the abstract and manifest it into physical reality. And the last gift was the gift of dual consciousness, physical world consciousness, as well as being able to go up into a higher consciousness. And to be able to do that at will, either through prayer, through visions, through consulting the oracle, through meditation, through dreaming a dream, through our third eye, the ability to tap into our higher consciousness, our higher wisdom, that we didn't have to just as mortals just use our brains. We were given the gift of dual consciousness. What an extraordinary gift. Well, it set me free. This is how and why I evolved into a spiritual mentor, or an empowerment coach, or a master energy healer. I want you to remember who you are, to empower you to claim your magic, and inspire you to own your power. And as my father said to me, so I say to you. Do you know what to do with your power? Since he asked me that question so many years, I think I was 21 or 22. Since he asked me that question, I ask myself that every day. It'll keep you humble. It'll help you remember how to use your power. I invite you to explore the journey of self-discovery and self-empowerment. I'm passionate about the journey and turning you on to your magic. I invite you to play with the universe, to treat life as an adventure. It is an honor to help you discover the full potential of your power. And in turn, you give me the greatest gift of all, the ability to honor the journey of my soul. As a fellow traveler in time and space, I invite you to search a little deeper and reach for something higher. Namaste.